Beginning of the project, between March and April, I saw a report on the RT channel and it spoke about a team building a solar electric plane. Pioneers to have a solar electric flight, and it was a small team. The builder of the electric aircraft was an RC plane builder, and he builds the wings, the fuse, and all the structure. So, if they build real airplane with an RC plane maker, why couldn't we make an RC solar glider at home? So it was Eve who told me about the solar plane project, and I found the idea interesting. So I look on the internet for the solar cell price, and the solar parts were all very cheap, so why not? So I look at the solar cell price, high performance, and I saw on the web that it was very cheap. So it was cheap to buy the solar cells. To build a large IC electric glider, we must be able to do it. If not, we'll know how to find out. JJ began to work with 3D printers as a hobby, and so that allows us to build a lot of wings and fuse parts, and we draw the parts on a personal computer exactly at the good size. JJ knows perfectly the autopilot open source. For printing the parts, we chose a new filament, PET, with a certain percentage of carbon. With this new filament, we can make thin, light, solid parts. We have more than 60 rib in the wings. The size of the rib was as big as a 3D printer, so we had to print using the diagonal of the bed. It takes a lot of time to print them all. I said that maybe using all our skills, we could have an endurance plane, able to fly for a long time alone, at a low cost and with solar energy. The first fly was in July, and the first fly went wrong. Because the motor we chose was too light, the current was too strong. And during the first climb, it was about 60 meters high, the motor burned with smoke. So we emergency landed, and for the second flight the weather was better, and with a stronger motor we've been able to really test the motor with several climbs and pilot it. Finally, the plane was not cool to pilot. The rudders were not efficient, and it was too soft on the roll axis, and on the pitch axis the reactions of the plane were strange. One of the solutions was to change the motor angle because it was at 0. We had some degrees and the model was better. We also had a problem on the tail boom. It was too soft for the total weight of the plane, so we reinforced it. So for the second flight it was better, but it gave us some more work to optimise it. After the weather was bad, so we had to wait. We changed the GPS place because of some interference. The first real endurance flight was on the 3rd of September, and it lasted 6 hours and 15 minutes, and the weather was cloudy, and the first flights had damaged many of the solar cells. Also the handlings. The solar cells are very fragile, and we only get 6 hours and 50 on the first flights, and have the soft fuse and a bad motor angle, and also bad radio settings, and average autopilot tuning of the plane often stalls, so we were anxious. The stall stopped easily in manual mode but started again regularly. We changed the centre of gravity and the angle of attack of the wing, and the rigidifications and settings, but we got big stalls because the climb rate was too strong. By reducing the climb rate, we stopped this problem. Climb rate was 1 meters per second with no stall, and with these changes the plane was safe. It can be pilot mode or autopilot mode with any out risks now. We chose a 4m10 wingspan plane, folding props, F5J with electric motor, quadcopter, a thin fuse with a V-tail, dihedral wings. In the fuse we installed the batteries, Lion soldered at home, 4S 7800 mAh. All the solar energy with the 5V energy are in the wings. In the fuse there is only batteries and escape. because in the wings we have a lot of empty space, so we install solar cells everywhere that we could. 48 solar cells altogether. The solar panel produces 27 volts and between 5–5.5 amps maximum. So we have between 120–150 watts depending on the weather and also the sun tilt. On our YouTube channel, we'll upload videos about the flights and making tips, about the structure, about electricity and wiring, also about using the plane, our ground station and the team's job during flights.